Gentlemen, let's take a moment to appreciate this. Being attractive as an older man is not about having the perfect jawline or the most muscular physique. It's about how you carry yourself, how you interact with others, and how your experiences shape your presence. The real beauty of aging is that you gain access to a more profound, more magnetic kind of attractiveness, one that's rooted in confidence, wisdom, and character. And trust me, these qualities are infinitely more powerful than superficial looks. We'll start with the first sign, eye contact, which may seem basic, but it's actually one of the most impactful ways you can convey your inner strength and charm. 1. Mastering eye contact. Now, I'm not just talking about glancing at someone or casually looking around the room. I'm talking about locking eyes, those moments where your gaze connects with someone else's in a way that feels intentional and powerful. Think about the last time you looked someone in the eyes and held that contact. What happened? Did you notice a shift? Did they smile? Look away shyly? This is no coincidence. Eye contact is more than just a physical act. It's a form of communication that goes beyond words. In fact, research shows that eye contact triggers a release of dopamine, the same hormone that surges when we experience something pleasurable, like eating our favorite meal or achieving a hard-earned goal. So when you look someone in the eye, particularly when accompanied by a subtle smile, you are in essence creating a moment of connection that feels good. You're not just looking at them, you're seeing them, acknowledging them, and that, my friend, is intoxicating. As an older man, you've likely mastered this without even realizing it. Eye contact, when done right, doesn't come off as overbearing or aggressive. Instead, it's calm, assured, and filled with experience. You're not trying to prove anything with your gaze. Rather, it's a subtle message that says, I see you, and I'm present in this moment. This depth and confidence are what make your eye contact so alluring. Think about it. Younger men often try too hard. They might stare a little too long or avoid eye contact altogether because they haven't learned how to navigate that delicate balance between confidence and comfort. But you, as a man who has lived, have mastered the art of the inviting gaze. You understand that eye contact isn't about intimidating someone. It's about creating a connection. And whether you realize it or not, this is one of the first things people notice about you. 2. The subtlety of raised eyebrows. Now let's talk about something a little less obvious. Raised eyebrows. It might sound small, but believe me, it's significant. Have you ever noticed when a woman's eyebrows shoot up, just for a split second, the moment she sees you? It's subtle, often fleeting, but it speaks volumes. This is a physical reaction that most people aren't even aware of, yet it reveals so much about what's going on inside their heads. So, what does it mean when someone raises their eyebrows upon seeing you? It's a sign of intrigue and curiosity. There's something about you that has piqued their interest, something that stands out. As an older man, it's not necessarily about physical appearance in the traditional sense. Sure, you might have a well-groomed beard, a well-fitted jacket, or a distinguished look. But more often than not, it's your presence that triggers this reaction. You see, raised eyebrows are a sign of pleasant surprise. It's as though she's seeing something unexpected. Maybe it's your confidence, your calm energy, or the quiet authority you exude. Maybe she expected something else, but now she's intrigued. And this is where your experience really sets you apart from younger men. A younger man might have to rely on flashy clothing or loud behavior to get attention. But you, all it takes is walking into the room, carrying yourself with that undeniable gravitas that only comes from living through the ups and downs of life. Women are drawn to that. They are intrigued by the idea of a man who has depth, someone who has stories, lessons learned, and a sense of self-assuredness that isn't forced. And this is exactly what those raised eyebrows are telling you. It's not shock or surprise in the negative sense. It's a spark of interest, a sign that you've caught her off guard in the best possible way. 3. The power of a growth mindset. Let's move on to something that goes even deeper, your mindset, specifically a growth mindset. Now, you might be wondering, what does having a growth mindset have to do with being attractive? Well, the answer is everything. A growth mindset is the belief that no matter how much you've already accomplished or how much you've experienced, there's always more to learn. As an older man, if you're still open to learning, evolving, and embracing new challenges, you radiate a kind of vitality that's incredibly attractive. You're not stuck in your ways. You don't see the world as a series of closed doors. Instead, you view every new experience, every challenge, as an opportunity to grow. And this is magnetic. Why? Because a man who is still growing, still learning, and still curious about life demonstrates that he hasn't peaked yet. He's not living in the past, reliving his old glories or victories. Instead, he's constantly creating new stories, adding new chapters to his life. This energy, the energy of continuous self-improvement and adaptability, is deeply attractive. Think about it. Most people as they age get set in their ways. They stop trying new things, stop taking risks, and begin to coast through life. But not you. You're still actively engaging with the world around you, still curious, still asking questions, still growing. And this sends a message to everyone around you. I'm not done yet. I've still got a lot to offer. This kind of mindset doesn't just make you more interesting, it makes you exciting. You're not predictable. You're constantly evolving, which means that people who are around you, whether in a romantic sense or otherwise, are always getting something new. You're not static, you're dynamic, and that's a trait that few men, especially as they get older, possess. But if you do, it sets you apart from the crowd. 4. When people value your opinion. Now, let's talk about something that you might not immediately associate with attraction, but it's a clear sign that people are drawn to you. When they value your opinion. As an older man, you've lived through more than your fair share of challenges, and you've come out the other side with a wealth of knowledge. People respect that. They come to you for advice, for guidance, for insight. And this isn't just a mark of respect, it's a sign of attractiveness. When people seek out your opinion, it means they see you as someone worth listening to. They don't just brush off your thoughts or your ideas. Instead, they listen closely because they know your wisdom is born from real-life experience, not just theory. And this is where your attractiveness really shines through. It's not about being loud or domineering. It's about the quiet confidence that comes from knowing what you're talking about and the ability to share that knowledge in a way that helps others. Think about how powerful that is. A man whose opinion is valued is a man who has something meaningful to offer. It's a sign that people trust you, that they look up to you. And that trust, that respect, is an incredibly attractive quality. Now here's the important part. It's not about being a know-it-all. Nobody finds arrogance attractive. But the fact that people seek your opinion means that you've earned their respect, not demanded it. It's about being thoughtful, measured, and insightful, qualities that naturally draw people in. 5. Positive social interactions and magnetic presence. Moving on, let's discuss how you interact with others in social settings. Have you ever noticed that people naturally gravitate towards you in a group? Maybe they're drawn into your conversations, maybe they laugh a little louder when you're around, or maybe they just seem to relax in your presence. This, gentlemen, is called social magnetism, and it's a major sign of your attractiveness as an older man. Here's the thing. Being attractive in social situations isn't about being the loudest or the most commanding voice in the room. It's about the quality of your interactions. Are you engaged? Are you truly listening to people? Are you bringing something to the conversation that others find valuable, whether it's wisdom, humor, or a new perspective? When you walk into a room and people feel drawn to you, not because you're trying to steal the spotlight, but because your presence is simply magnetic, that's a powerful form of attraction. And it's one that comes naturally to men who have lived, learned, and developed the ability to connect with others on a deeper level. 6. The balance of a mature lifestyle. Finally, let's talk about balance. One of the most attractive qualities in an older man is the ability to maintain a balanced lifestyle. This means you've learned how to juggle the different aspects of your life: work, hobbies, relationships, health, in a way that feels harmonious. A balanced lifestyle is attractive because it signals that you've got your priorities straight. You're not overwhelmed by one area of life at the expense of another. Instead, you're thriving in multiple areas. And this kind of stability and control is incredibly appealing to others.